Okay, so on the channel we've been talking a lot in the past. I think we've had like 2 videos where we talked about the future of competitive Valorant and how the tier 2 system is going to work, because obviously it's really important to have a solid system where players can feel like they can grow into the esport or into any sport as well, and just feel like they have a chance of making it to the top. That's obviously incredibly important for sustainability and growth, and we got some updates today on the way the tier 2 system is going to work. So we've known for a little while that a lot of teams have been dropping out of the tier 2 system, but after today's update, it looks like there's going to be a lot of them returning as we have information on promotion and relegation, sort of the way all 3 sections that they announced earlier with the in-game clash system, the VCT challengers, and the international leagues will all relate to each other, and we're going to talk about today in this video. So, this is how they entered, and they basically announced as they entered 2023, they want to talk to everyone about the tier 2 system. They're not totally ready to discuss the international leagues yet. They want to wait until probably after Champions to discuss that, but they did want to reassure a lot of these orgs and players that there will still be an opportunity to play under that system. And basically how this is going to work is that there are now 20 leagues, or I think 21 leagues around the world, 21 challengers leagues around the world, and these leagues are basically a way for players to compete that are not in the international league or partnership program, and they can still improve as with a team and individually. And the regions that will be getting their own leagues, we have in the North America and South America, we have NA, LATAM North, Brazil, and LATAM South, though there are 4 in the Americas. In EMEA, we have Northern Europe, Southern Europe, France and Benelux, DAC, which is Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and Turkey, Eastern Europe, and MENA. And then in the Pacific region, we've got South Asia, which this includes India, we got Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore, Korea, Japan, Taiwan and Hong Kong, the Philippines, Indonesia, and Oceania. Those are the regions, the regional leagues, and basically those leagues will be directly under the international leagues in sort of like a pyramid format. And the very interesting part is, as much as we thought that that would be completely separate and detached from the international leagues, there is actually a thing called Ascension, which is basically a fancier way of saying promotion into the international leagues. If you are the champion of your individual league, you will then be put into a playoff format with teams from other regional leagues, and the winner of that format will get promoted into the international league. This means that every year there will be an additional team in each of the 3 leagues, and this will continue until 2027, where it'll hit the cap of teams at 14 in each league, and will then just continue to cycle through. If you win promotion into a league, you are there for 2 years, and then you have to come back down into the challenger system and work your way back up. There is no relegation. That is a big thing with this thing. There is ascension or promotion, but there is no relegation. The teams that are partnered with the teams will remain there until their contracts are up, or unless there's some crazy situation with like bankruptcy or a scandal. But other than that, they will retain their spot. I think this is kind of the balance we were talking about in some of the previous videos, where we still want teams to feel like it's worth being a part of the partner league, but we also want the tier 2 scene to also feel like they are still getting a lot of the benefits and are able to grow both the organizations and the players. It's really important. I think they struck a really, really good balance with this system. And they also quickly mentioned the in-game client and how there will be promotion and relegation matches with the challenger system. So if you are at the top of the in-game scene when it comes out in 2023, you will be playing relegation and promotion matches with the bottom or the lower ranked challenger teams, meaning you do have an opportunity to go directly from playing with 5 random people, like any random 5 stack, and go straight into the challenger system and then make your way all the way up into the international leagues, and hopefully, maybe eventually, if your team is good enough, to get all the way to winning a world championship. Which I think, again, this is a great system. They use it. It's very similar to the one they have with football around the world, where it's a pyramid system. You start at anyone can start at the bottom. Literally anyone can make a team and start from the bottom, and then you slowly make your way up. And I don't know why the idea of just somebody starting from scratch and making a team from just 5 online players and going to a world championship is amazing. It's great for stories. It's great for the game, to stay in a competitively healthy state. It brings new players in. It gets people excited to watch. I feel like even people who don't really care about going pro could still play this clash system and get a lot of enjoyment, because the games, even in those early rounds, are going to be really high stakes, and it's going to be a really fun experience. I think they really nailed this system. This is exactly what they were looking for. It's a perfect balance for teams trying to buy in are going to be good, teams who are just in the challenge system, they're going to be great too. And I think this is an overall good system, and I'm excited to hear more.